Okay, I've just drawn a rough sketch of a circle. I know the circle is center origin and the radius is the square root of 12.25. So I know that r of the circle is equal to the square root of 12.25. Now, that may or not be useful, but let's pop it there. So we've got a point on the circle, which is 2128, so that could be about there. This is the point P. This is line L. And we're asked to find the equation of line L. The most useful line to put onto the diagram is the radius to point P, which is there. Because if we can find the gradient of the radius, we will know that is the negative reciprocal of the gradient of the tangent, which is line L. Now, the great thing about being given the coordinates of a point of a circle is that we know that the height of this line is 2.8 and the length of the horizontal line is 2.1. It's exactly the same as the coordinates. So I can say the gradient of, let's call this O, of OP is equal to the rise over the run, which is 2.8 over 2.1. So therefore, the gradient of L is equal to negative 2.1 over 2.8, which simplifies to negative 3 over 4. So line L must be in the form of y is equal to mx plus c. And we already know that m is equal to negative 3 over 4. Now we need to find c. Well, we can find c because we know that point P lies on line L. So I can substitute x being 2.1 and y being 2.8 into this equation and find c. And we get, therefore, 2.8 is equal to negative 3 over 4 multiplied by 2.1 plus c. So, multiplying through by 4, we get 11.2 is equal to, the 4's gone, obviously, so this is 3 times 2.1, which is negative 6.3 plus 4c. And after popping that into a calculator or working it out, we get that c is equal to 35 over 8. So line L turns out to be that y is equal to negative 3 over 4x plus 35 over 8. They wanted in the form of ax plus by is equal to c, where these are all integers. So we need to get rid of all these fractions. So I'm going to multiply through by 8, and we get that 8y is equal to negative 6x plus 35. Therefore, 8y plus 6x is equal to 35. And if they're really being fussy, a is equal to 6, b is equal to 8, and c is equal to 35. And those are your answers. And happily, that's the end of the paper.